My name is Mike Oliver, and this is Ray Schuholz. Ray and I met as we were on our way to the Walk a Mile in My Shoes rally in Lansing, Michigan in 2006. We enjoyed conversation right before Ray took off, or right after Ray took off his headphones because he was listening to some cool 80s music, and we talked about what it was like having the personal experiences that he had had. He and I had a personal friend named David, and David and Ray lived together at an institution many years ago. And Ray started sharing his story with me and telling me about the experiences that he had and how he fought his way to get out of the institution. And we started talking about some of the advocating that we were both doing in some of the circles that we both took place in, and we decided that we would collaborate and start to do some work together. And so Ray joined the training department, and since that time, Ray has trained over 2,500 direct support staff. And over the years, he shared his story. One of the stories is my life in the system. Another story is the People First Police. Another story is called Ray's Journey, and all of these experiences share personal experiences that he's had that give us some insight and some true meaning about why people should be treated as equals and why our language is so important, why it's important for us to be able to use words that build a person up and that are respectful of a person, that use a person's name rather than calling them words and labeling people. And Ray's going to share some of that with you today. Since Ray started doing the training and the advocating that he's been doing, he's had the opportunity to travel all over the United States and to have numerous experiences sharing his story with people around the country and encouraging people. It's different when you have a person who can come in and tell you a personal story and has had the experience themselves like Ray has. These personal experiences have taught him that he needs to share his story, and that when he shares his story, it can change people's lives and it can help people to become different and help people to grow in the type of language that they use. And so through these experiences, Ray would like to share with you the PowerPoint presentation that he has called People First Police. And without further ado, Mr. Ray Schuholz.
Hi everyone, how's everyone doing today? And hopefully everyone can learn from my story. Through the years, I walked through the years on labels, and I know exactly how it feels like when people are being labeled. When I was a kid, I was being labeled, calling like, you're crazy, to start growing up to start working into the field, and someone called me psycho, for example. Well, when I was at work one day, someone was calling me psycho, and I didn't like that name. And I went and talked to my boss, and I says, what are you going to do about it? And she says, well, I'm going to talk to this person, and I'm going to sit down with you and this person, and we'll talk it out. So what happened was the person apologized to me, and the person got wrote up. But the best thing of it came out, we became friends afterwards. So, to me, as I travel all over the United States right now, starting to training caregivers every 2 weeks at Radcliffe, and what the meaning is when you walk in someone's home. For example, call me Ray. Don't call me a client. Don't call me a consumer. I'm not a patient. The only time I'm a patient is when I'm at a doctor's office, when I'm a consumer is when I'm buying something in the store. A client, to me, is when there's a lawyer present. So, please become our people's first police. So what I mean by that, I want to have everyone become our people's first police, like helping other people into language, to be deputized. So what I'm going to do here today is I'm going to deputize everyone. Please stand up and raise your right hand. Repeat after me. Our pledge. I do solemnly swear to uphold the dignity and respect of the people they were asked to support.
I do solemnly swear to uphold the dignity and respect of the people we are asked to support.
I promise not to use despectful words such as consumer, client, resident, or group home.
I promise not to use disrespectful words such as consumer, client, resident, group home,
Patient, behavior problem, or crippled when discussing others in life.
patient, behavior problem, or crippled when discussing others in life.
Because these words are unacceptable and humiliating.
Because these words are unacceptable and humiliating.
You may lower your hands and please take a seat. Thank you. Let's label cans. Let's label cans, not people, because people like to be treated with respect. People like to be called by their name. Like I like to be called Ray. My friend likes to be called Mike, David, or Carolyn, for example. What to do? People have said that we must focus on the person's first, not the disability. Let's put the value back on the person. So that's what means let's put the values back onto the people. Don't look at people as an ability, not as a disability. Try using a person's name, for example. Like I like to be called Ray. My friend maybe Brian, for example. My boss, John or Mike, for example. All of us should be people's first police, both and off the clock. And also I want to say thank you, and I also want to add a quote to this language. I hope you can all take it in people's homes, train the caregivers out there, train everyone. I'm trained to, where it's going, it's for everyone. Police department, doctors, everybody. So hopefully you can learn something from me today. And I have a little story to tell. And when I lived at home, for example, I was labeled from my mom, for example. I found a wallet at a fairground, at a carnival, I meant to say. Well, when I came home, I found a wallet. It says, there's money in this wallet. I'm not really looking at it. It was an ID. So my mom said, okay, I'll call this person up. So when the person came out, I had a handicapped son. And then when that all happened, the guy said thank you to me. Then after when that was done, then I took my mom to the side and I says, well, you've given me mixed messages. You're telling me you want me to be your son as a person, but not as a handicap. And she said, Ray, thanks for pointing that out to me. So that is my main focus is on, hear somebody out. Don't judge people. That's all I got to say. Have a good one. Thank you.